getting fat and I don't know why.
Am I skinny yet? No, I'm not skinny yet. We have an emergency.
Don't look at me, lady.
There's a lady looking at me, just staring at me. She's just sitting in her car watching me. Don't look at me, lady!
My husband broke up with me. Want to take a guess who we're talking about today? That's right. The one, the only, Nikocado Avocado. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam. Let's talk about Nikocado Avocado. YouTube mastermind, creating a social experiment that no one has ever seen before, 2 steps ahead of the game, or delusional person who's addicted to food, who swings from eating disorder to eating disorder without even realizing it. It is impossible to scroll through YouTube without seeing at least one video on Nikocado Avocado and how he has destroyed his body, his health, or his mind for money. I don't think that these channels are wrong when they're making these assumptions. Nick has clearly gone from one extreme to the other, but I think they are missing a few steps in his journey and the explanation behind it all, which is disordered eating. What do I mean when I say that? Well, Nikocado Avocado got his start on YouTube as a vegan YouTuber.
Let me show you how creamy this is. Creaminess to the max. Look at that. It's nature's butter, everyone. You know that you want a bite of this creaminess.
Different. This is really good.
Yeah. Even when you get big.
Oh gosh. It's just a lot of chips, I think. Yeah, this is like a spoonful of chips. Oh.
And it's weird for me to say this out loud, but I have a lot in common with Nikocado in the fact that when I was starting to get into YouTube, the first community I fell into was the vegan community. If you've not experienced the vegan community on YouTube, it is a nightmare. I don't recommend it to anyone. 10 out of 10, stay away. It is not worth your time, energy, or mental sanity, trust me. There are tons of vegan YouTubers out there who promote water fasting, raw food diets, ingesting essential oils, which is super dangerous. Please don't do that. All in the name of health. When I first found Nikocado Avocado's channel, he was vegan and living in New York, Florida, Colombia, traveling around the world with Orlin, eating a lot of durian, which doesn't surprise me. Freely the Banana Girl at the time was really like the vegan YouTube cult leader. She had gotten everyone into her diet raw till 4, eating so many bananas a day, like 30 bananas a day, I can't remember, but Freely the Banana Girl, she was the cult leader. And everyone was willing to follow her because she was lean and she was beautiful, and she convinced everyone that this magical diet had cured her of her metabolism disorder. So Nick, when I first started following him, was following these sorts of diets, eating a lot of fruit, almost like fruitarian. He was traveling around the world to find fruit, eating large mono meals of just one solid fruit, mostly avocados, which is how he got his name, and just making content like that, traveling around with Orlin. And I could relate to him because I was doing a similar thing. I was making a lot of smoothies, eating a lot of bananas, trying to make this thing work. When Nick started making mukbang content, I stopped watching his channel because I do not enjoy watching people eat. I didn't even enjoy watching him eat fruits and vegetables. It's just weird to me. I don't know why people enjoy that, but I stopped watching him for a little bit, and then I got back into him as his channel started to expand when he started making his videos around being deported from Colombia. Now, I do hear a lot of people say this. Nick is a really smart guy, and he's really talented. He can play violin. He was also really good at video editing, and actually a few of his videos had really top tier editing montages of him and Orlin, and they tugged at your heartstrings. Those were the videos that I consumed after I stopped following him for a little bit. They were gorgeous, and they followed the sort of vegan video montage of like fruit trees and bugs and sunsets. It's a whole thing. You can go and watch any vegan YouTube vlog, and this is the style. It's very beautiful, very nice, like calming music behind it. It's just the way that the style of video was. When people make these videos about Nick and they talk about how he used to be healthy and now he's not, I think they're missing a huge point, which is that Nikocado Avocado was never healthy and has always had disordered eating.
Only ever time I've had to lose a lot of weight in my life, I just ate bananas for 30 days, just bananas. And I deteriorated my brain a little bit. I was deficient in lots of things, but I lost the weight. That's what mattered, right?
It's interesting because it sort of feeds into a body positive point, right? Which is thinness does not equate to health. Nikocado Avocado was thin, as was Orlin, but based on what they were eating, there's no way, shape, or form that they were healthy. They were surviving off of mostly fruits. He even talks about how he would get the shakes from not eating fruit, and he would have to carry dates and dried fruit with him in case he got the shakes. And it's not a normal way to live. I became vegan mostly for the animals, right? I wasn't in it for the health benefits. I didn't care. And so I was eating Oreos and things like that on top of the fruits and veggies that I was eating. I never tried to go fully raw. I didn't think that I could. I knew it would be unsustainable. So I was eating Oreos, vegan meats, and things like that, and I was in no way, shape, or form healthy, and I'll admit that. I was watching people drop out from the vegan movement left and right, and they were getting attacked like crazy. And so I stopped following the Facebook groups that I was in. I stopped following those social media people, but I was still seeing their attacks pretty regularly, right? It takes a minute to redo your YouTube algorithm. It's insane. And Nick was getting a lot of heat for that. And what happened was he swung from one version of disordered eating all the way to the other side. His pendulum swung so far. And what's interesting is I had the same experience. I went from being vegan, trying to keep it together, trying to figure it out for health, trying to figure it out for the animals, trying to figure out plant-based, what did I want to do? How did I want to do this? How did I want to try to make it healthy so I could lose weight? And when I broke my veganism, I went all the way to the left, all the way. You couldn't even see me. Home run out of the park, went off the freaking rails.
Here's the pitch. It's a shot to deep right center. It's going. Oh my!
I started ordering pizza out the wazoo. We would order mozzarella sticks with everything. I wanted everything with pepperonis on it. When I started veganism, you're over-restricting so much that when I came back to it, all I wanted to do was eat. And I wanted to eat in large quantities because I had been over-restricting for such a long period of time. Same thing with Nick. The only difference is Nick did it on video and figured out that he could monetize it, and his channel blew up. Nick recently published a video talking about how this is the greatest social experiment of his life, and he is watching ants in an ant farm, following one another, consuming, being told what to consume, being brainwashed, and then telling us we're the ants. And he is 2 steps ahead. From the beginning of his channel, of these mukbangs, Nick has made a point that this is a character. He keeps telling us repeatedly in his videos, this is a character, it's only a character, it's water weight.
It's just water weight.
No. Merch anymore. I have merch called It's Just Water Weight, because it is just water weight. This is literally for listen, everyone's being judgmental. I know exactly what I'm talking about, because I actually know nutrition. I can laugh at myself. I have always laughed at myself. I poke fun of my own weight. I poke fun of my double chin, the water weight.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do behind the scenes. You don't know what I'm doing behind the scenes because I don't show you. It doesn't matter, Nick. Your body showed us. What you think you're not showing us, we can see every single time you gain weight. Nick keeps playing this like it's some sort of joke, like his health isn't declining. He has sleep apnea now and has to sleep with a CPAP mask, and he immediately made a joke out of it, posting it on his thumbnail and creating video after video after video titled, "My diet as a disabled person. I'm disabled now." It's not funny. It's not funny, Nick. And this is your real life and your real body and your real health, and you are throwing it in the trash. He said it in earlier videos, and I think he still believes that he can just undo this at any point that he wants. This is just a character that he's playing, and he can lose the weight, and it'll be easy. But that is the furthest thing from the truth. It's not going to be easy, Nick. And the sooner you realize it, and the sooner you start to course correct, the better. You see, Nick has gained massive amounts of weight in a short amount of time. There are other mukbangers out there who eat similar portion sizes to Nick and they don't gain weight. And I think that he somehow disassociating from his real life experience, thinking that he is just like them. But the difference is they will film one 10,000 calorie challenge a week. And Nick is eating 10,000 calorie meals like this and that big table to post in these gross thumbnails. He's eating like that and posting 3 times a day on 6 different channels, mind you, and then wonders why he's gaining so much weight. It is baffling to me how you can monetize your eating disorder in this way, clickbait the titles, "I'm fat and I don't know why," "I'm disabled," blah, 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 "I'm afraid to go to the hospital," and just pretend that this is okay. It's not okay, because there are people out there who really feel this way, who really don't understand their eating disorder, and who are really trying to do the right thing and break these mental mindsets. And then Nick is over here pretending that this is a character that he can just break at any time he wants. You may think this is a character, but you have destroyed everything about yourself. Your health, your body, your mind, and I don't think that you're 2 steps ahead. I don't think anyone thinks you're 2 steps ahead. I think your attempt at a Joker anime villain moment may have failed. I think you're smart, and I think you're talented, and I think you know what you're doing and that you're pretending this is an act, but your health is not an act. I ate like that and went through my binge eating disorder when I was in my late 20s, and I know we're around the same age. And so you're going to hit that same wall that I did. You're not going to feel well. You've already said that you had a heart attack on camera, where you talked about chest tightness. These things are not a joke. These things are your body warning you that you need to turn around. You can keep trying to convince yourself and us that you're in control, but your body is the proof that you're not. And that's a hard lesson that I also learned. You can lie, and you can say that you're doing all the right things behind the scene. You can say that you're eating all the calories you want to eat. But the proof is in your body, and in your weight gain. And you can't hide that. And you can't lie about that. So my warning, once again, is be careful who you follow online. Don't just take anybody's word for it, because your health is at stake. Be very careful who you follow, who you listen to, and who you believe, because it could lead you down a bad path, the same way it has for Nikocado Avocado. At the end of the day, you are the only person who's going to take care of you. So go out, make smart decisions, and make the best decision you can for yourself right now. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.